So the Brooklyn Nets took on the San Antonio Spurs earlier tonight, coming off a comeback win against the Milwaukee Bucks. I do have to mention it was Giannis and Damian Lillard less Milwaukee Bucks. But tonight was a reverse of fortune for the Nets. You could call it. The San Antonio Spurs pulled off a comeback win of their own, walking out with a W, 96-87. In this game, it was also a reverse of fortune because the Nets came into this game very shorthanded. No Cam Johnson, no Cam Thomas, no Ben Simmons. And I'm not going to lie, this game at the beginning was very ugly offensively on both sides. And I'll let you guys check out this interesting free throw routine from Jeremy Sohan. I'm not in any place to criticize, but you guys can check that out. And the Spurs almost ended the first quarter with only 8 points before they ended up hitting a buzzer beater three to walk into the end of the first half with 11 points. But the beginning of the second quarter, from the jump, was a complete change of fortune for the Spurs. Came out with a 4-point play plus drawing a flagrant foul, and that ignited a 14-2 run. Other contributors to that run and to that comeback included the fact that the Spurs were shooting better than the Nets from three, and also the Nets were fouling way more than the Spurs. Up to that point and for the whole game, the Nets ended the game with 22 fouls to the Spurs 11, and the Nets only shot 8 free throws. The Spurs shot 27. And then also Julian Champagnie was also big time for the Spurs in that comeback. He played pretty well today. 18 points, 6 for 9 from the field, and 5 for 7 from three. And that kind of covered the fact that Wemby and CP3 weren't carrying much of the scoring load in the first half. But in the second half, Wemby, you could say he took over the game, and he was playing really well, entered double figures in scoring until Jalen Wilson hit him in the face. I would say by accident, and Wemby had to exit the game. He did come back out, but by that time, the Spurs weren't leading by a lot. It wasn't a blowout. It never was, but they were leading comfortably, and never really seemed like after that point that they were ever in danger of losing the lead. And the Spurs actually ended the game shooting decently from the field and really well from three. They shot just over 40% from the field. Actually, that's subpar, but they shot over 40% from three, which is pretty good. And on the other side, the Nets, they never really were able to pick it up. They ended up shooting under 40% from the field, under 30% from three. So, that combined with the fact that they were fouling a lot, it's not a winning combination. So, obviously, the Nets did lose this game. Both teams will play again on, it is now the wee hours of Saturday, so they'll play again Sunday. The Nets will travel to Orlando to take on the Magic. The Spurs have a tough matchup against the Minnesota Timberwolves. That does it for today with WFUV Sports. I'm Will Jing.